It's Wednesday, the middle of the week. A few days have now gone by and you're getting into those routines, maybe some of those patterns. Those patterns we've been talking about, you resetting, looking at them and asking yourself, do I like the patterns? Do I need to remove some? We've been asking the question, will we waste this crisis during this pandemic? Or will we come out of it different? Will we come out stronger? Will we come out refined and not allow it to define us? To do that, we need to assess our patterns and hit a reset button on some of them. And ask ourselves the question, what do we want to do in our walk with God differently? It's Wednesday, and so I hope to come wherever you are and encourage you. But I don't just want to encourage you. I want to give you some things to help you continue to take steps in your faith. Maybe some steps you've never taken before. And I believe it comes with evaluating our patterns. And so maybe you simply just do that today. You grab a sheet of paper or a note card at some point and you assess the patterns of your life. Ask yourself, do you have a pattern of texting other people that are not in the room when there's people right beside you? Do you spend way more time on social media than you probably should? Does your family spend too much time streaming on a device? What about like when you get in the car? Does everybody get on their own device, or do you actually have a pattern of talking and being together? Or how about the pattern we talked about on Monday? Scripture before phone. You can assess them because I believe you will never change what you're not willing to confront. And we need to confront our patterns. Some of you are exhausted. You're weary and you're tired because you keep ending up in the same place because you have the same patterns and you never change your patterns. But today can be different. I believe that what we do right now matters, and so this day matters. This past week I shared a story of a rabbi, teacher of the scriptures, who had a glass of marbles and he was asked, why do you have them? And he said, well, there's a marble representing every day of my life up to the age of 80. Hopefully I get to live that long. Maybe I'll live longer. He said, but every day I take a marble out representing that day. And I sit down and I have a conversation with God first thing. And I ask God to guide me through my day, the things I say, the things I see, the things that I hear, the patterns of my day, and may they be pleasing to you. And I keep that marble with me. And at the end of the day, I sit back on my bedside and I pull that marble out. And I ask God to show me, did my patterns please you? Or did any of them displease you? And then I discard it. He said the marbles in the jar are getting lower because his days are getting fewer. But what a profound perspective that this day that God has given me is a blessing. And I don't want to waste it. So the patterns that I have today, they matter. The things that I do, they matter. They matter to God and they matter to the ones you care about most. What if we had that same perspective today? Jesus said in Matthew 11, come to me all who are weary. I just recently read an article that there's such a thing as COVID-19 fatigue. We're exhausted by this. What perfect time for Jesus to say, come to me. And then he says, learn from me, and I'll give you rest for your soul. That very thing you feel like dying inside because your patterns are just running you dry and getting you nowhere. But here's a passage for today on Wednesday to start over fresh and new. Hit a reset and walk with new patterns. Psalm 90 says this, teach me to count my days. Jesus said, if you're weary, come to me and learn from me, learn new things. So what if you were taught to count your days, each day, every day? And then it says this, for therein is the heart of wisdom. You want a pattern of wisdom, of living differently, wisely, not ignorantly, not foolishly, not selfishly. Count your days. Wake up every day and say, this day matters. And so the patterns I have today matter. How would that change things for you? How would that change your life? How would that change your marriage? How would that change your relationship with your kids? How would that change the way you work in your career? If you thought this day matters. See, what we're doing right now is we're thinking about how we messed up on Tuesday or what Thursday and Friday look like. Don't worry what's behind you. Jesus said, put your hands to the plow and don't look back. He also said, don't worry about tomorrow. what that day might bring. Just today. So it's Wednesday, middle of the week. Jesus says, come to me, learn from me, and I'll give you rest for your soul. And so we're learning today, count your days. Therein lies wisdom. What you do today, not what you did yesterday, not what you might do tomorrow. One step today, what you do today matters. Count it, find wisdom in it, and use it for the glory of God. Reset your patterns. Grace and peace. May God be with you.